Over the past few weeks, I've been featuring older children on my Wednesday's Child segments, and it's often harder for older children to find an adoptive family. The young man you're about to meet is 15, and what you're about to see is a very candid and thoughtful conversation. You could spend hours in a bookstore.
Yeah.
Xavier wants everyone to know there's no reason to misspell his name.
And people think that, like, there's an O in my name. And I'm like, where do you hear the O? Like, where does the O come from?
There's also a reason I'm sitting down with Xavier in a bookstore. He loves reading.
I really like books because, like, it's like putting myself in a different, like, world and, like, being able to, you know, like, kind of see a world in a different light and kind of, like, take myself out of a situation. That's why I really like books, because, like, if I'm, like, feeling like the world is against me, reading a book will, like, kind of put that away and kind of, like, put me in a new perspective of life and kind of, like, take my mind off of things.
Xavier is intelligent, smart, kind. He loves math and science, and his friends know it.
In my class, there's a lot of guys that ask me for help, and I'll help them for the most part, but then there's some times where I'm like, okay, I'll do this for you, but you're gonna have to finish it yourself, because then if I'm doing all the work for them, they're not really learning.
Xavier often feels alone. He's been in foster care many years, waiting to find an adoptive family.
Everybody's always talking about, hey, I'm going over to my mom's house, or like, hey, you wanna go hang out, or something like that, and just like, it feels like everybody always has like things that like are perfect for them. Like, it feels like everybody's life is all perfect and like put together and like set, and mine's always like shifting and moving and always different. This is a really interesting major.
One day, Xavier would like to become an architect.
I always like the idea of just like building things and making things look newer, more cool, kind of like make things like kind of like pop out, you know, like you see something and you're like, wow, that looks really interesting. Like it's very different from a lot of the other things around.
Finding a family would help Xavier build a future for himself. Feline, isn't he amazing?
Yeah, kid? So thoughtful.
Got to tell you something. Today is Xavier's 16th birthday, so happy birthday if you're watching, Xavier. And a special thanks to Barnes & Noble, who donate books and a lot of other things to all our Wednesday's children. They do a great job.
Yeah, wishing him a very happy birthday, and what a thoughtful young man.
Yeah, it was a fascinating conversation. I really enjoyed it, and you can find all my Wednesday's Child stories on coin.com.